Welcome back to One Lifetime with Rich Latta. Make sure you are liking and commenting on this video and subscribing to the channel. We are going to be talking about the AP preseason All-American list for women's basketball. It just came out, a little bit of history being made with it. First time ever that there are 3 sophomores on the list. The team is headlined by Paige Bueckers and Juju Watkins, of course, both unanimous selections. So congratulations to them. They have a big game coming up December 21st as part of the new UConn versus USC series. And they had a phenomenal tournament game last year. I believe it was actually on the same day as Iowa versus LSU. It was like there was an Iowa game, and then right after it was UConn versus USC. Like, I saw Iowa and LSU kind of as the big bombastic kind of casual game, and then like the next game was like these 2 very interesting squads against each other. And you know, the teams are a little different now. There's no Nika Mule, there's no Leah Edwards or anything, but Paige, you know, is her senior season. There's almost like no excuses. Everybody kind of wants to see it now. At least I do personally. Like as far as them winning the Natty this year. And Juju Watkins is flanked by recent transfers from Stanford. I believe her name is Kiki Irfin, if I'm not mistaken. Still, you know, learning a lot about the women's college game, but she has a squad of people, just tall people around her, and they've got like good recruits around her as well. So that might not be the only rematch next season. So let's go and learn a little bit more about the rest of the people that are on the list. So we got Hannah Hidalgo of Notre Dame, one of the sophomores, Madison Booker of Texas, and Kiki Irfin of USC. So USC with 2 preseason national, you know, All-Americans. So that's big pressure right there. And I think that seeing, you know, USC like basically represent the West Coast, and you know, you got UConn with the East, and you got Notre Dame in the, you know, middle of the country, Texas. Like, there's good representation all over the map to where lots of fans nationally all over the map can kind of enjoy these things, and you know, even worldwide if you're seeing this. And I think that this is going to be a very interesting year, because last year and, you know, the years up before that, it was Iowa, it was LSU, it was still South Carolina, it's still going to be South Carolina, you know, with their dominance, and new people are going to be stepping into those roles. I don't know if they're going to get cast and drawn along the same lines as an Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark as far as the fans being that passionate about them, but I think what they have the opportunity for is just a cool kind of game, like between Paige and Juju, ultimately marketable on both sides. They're killing the NIL game, and I think that we're also getting a preview. Like, this is Paige's victory lap essentially of her career. Came into her, you know, college career with lots of hype, struggled with injuries, you know, of course the COVID seasons, and she's back for, like, you know, her 5th year essentially. So, you know, I almost want to say there's no excuses for UConn, for Gino Auriemma, who's been talking a lot of noise, you know, when it comes to like Caitlin Clark, and just kind of, you know, it's been a while, Gino. If I pull the clock out in the calendar, it's been a long time since 2016 on the low. So, and who knows the next time you got a Paige walking through that door. I know he's got the #1 recruit in America, that's coming in as a freshman. I cannot recall her name at the moment, but yeah, there's high expectations for them. Juju last year, she averaged 27 points as a freshman. I think her team is like advancing to a point now where that scoring might not necessarily hold up, but she's more than capable. I want to see her grow more as a playmaker off the ball, and I think some of her passing and playmaking skills left a little bit to be desired, and she's shot some wildly low percentages at times. Like, she was just a Jack-em Jill essentially, and it was like, all right, let's see the efficiency. She put in a lot of work. She was working with Phil Handy over the summer. I was seeing those videos of her working on her left hand pretty hard. So I think, you know, with more talent, Juju, obviously you're not going to be able to double team her, and you can't guard her really anyway. So she's got enough help to where she can advance her game a little bit forward, and it may come at the expense of those stats, but she's got the opportunity to keep going forward. And I'm interested to see, like, if she keeps it rolling, is she going to start banging the drum to try to get into the W faster, whether it's coming out as a junior. I don't even know if that would benefit her, because obviously she's going to run up the NIL big time. Hannah Hidalgo, she averaged 22 points, 6 boards, and 5 assists last year for Notre Dame, and they won the ACC tournament, and they got to the Sweet 16. Madison Booker, she was the starting point guard for Texas after looks like Rory Harmon was injured. It took an ACL injury. From there, she averaged 16 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, and the numbers, went even higher after the injury. Bueckers, Watkins, and Hidalgo were all first-team AP All-Americans in the spring. It's going to be interesting, man. I'm definitely looking forward to checking all these players out. Kind of surprised that there was no South Carolina player, but Malaysia Fawali, I believe, is the returning leading scorer, and she only averaged 11 points a game, and she was a bench player last year. I think she kind of projects everyone, the smart people that I'm listening to, they are projecting her as someone that's going to be a breakout, potential right there, because they're losing Cardoso. They're back, and they're going to be dominant. They're South Carolina. Dawn Staley does an excellent job with those folks. I was kind of surprised not to see Flau'jae Johnson on here. I don't know if it's because Flau'jae isn't kind of touted as a top tier prospect yet, but maybe by the time she's like a junior or senior, I think she's a junior now. By the time she's a senior, she'll get on something like this, because I think her one-on-one game is excellent. So I think Kim Mulkey's going to push her really hard to, be the star player that LSU needs in the absence of Angel Reese. And they had a transfer come in too, I believe, from from Notre Dame. I could have these things wrong. These things I recently read just talking and trying to remember all this stuff. But what did you think of the preseason All-America team? And who do you think is going to end up as the National Player of the Year? Is it one of these 5, or is it going to be somebody else? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll holler at y'all next time, man. Peace. One lifetime.